Hello and welcome to my website and app presentation. A little bit about myself. My name is Brittany Fuller. I am from Lexington, Kentucky. I am an art education major. I enjoy making art in all forms, hiking, collecting records, film photography, and I'm basically just an old soul. My ideal teaching situation would be to teach high school art for general education level students and to teach for an art-based school program like SCAPA, which was School for the Creative and Performing Arts, which was a program available for advanced level art students at my high school. My website is www.pppst.com. This website is very useful for teachers. It offers PowerPoint presentations that teachers can use to help create their lessons. It also offers lesson plans that you can kind of use as a guide for creating your own or even to use for yourself. Everything's broken down into many different subjects, topics in different categories, and this makes it easy for you to find specific topics. It's not very broad. You can definitely narrow down to specific topics. There's multiple interactive games for students to interact with to help them better understand the topic that you are teaching. There's also free original clip art, which is hand-drawn by Philip Martin, that can be used for any nonprofit presentation or resource, and I thought that this was a really neat addition, especially being an art teacher. It would be nice to promote someone's hand-drawn characters or clip art in order to support that artist. So let's take a look at the website. Here on the front page, you can see that it's broken down into different subjects. All of the subjects are listed here that you can think of. So I'm just going to click on art, seeing that I'm going to be an art teacher. And as I come here, the website breaks this down into the different forms of art. And once I get to the art tab, it breaks this down into many different categories of art that we can use to guide a lesson. Intro to art, famous artists, art history, art movements, all sorts of things. And I'm just breaking it down like this just really helps the teacher to stay better organized. There's also, like I said, a lot of interactive games. Here you can choose the game that best fits each subject, so you're not searching through a bunch of games and trying to figure out what subject it's going to go with. They break it down for you, and there's just an extreme amount of games here to choose from. So see, just even in the art category, there's a lot of different games, and they're even specified for high school students. So this is just a really great resource. Supporting students' use of technology, students are able to play interactive educational games in order to better understand a topic. They're also able to interact with the presentations on their own, or possibly even while the teacher is teaching the lesson. So a lot like Nearpod, they possibly could have different devices that they're also looking at the presentation while you are teaching. Meeting the learning needs for students. For students who are performing at grade level, there are 7 different types of learning, including visual, oral, verbal, physical, social, solitary, and logical. The website offers presentations and multiple clip art images to add to presentations, which can help accommodate students who are visual and oral learners. Implementing classroom discussion will help those students who will learn better through discussion or talking to other students and the teacher. Physical and social learning types can each be accommodated through the use of stations where students can work together to solve problems within the game or within the presentation. Those who prefer to learn in solitude could be given an assignment to go along with one of the presentations or a game that they can work on by themselves. For students with exceptionalities, the vocabulary in the presentations may need to be modified in order to accommodate students with learning disorders. Students who are deaf or hard of hearing will have the visual of the presentation but won't hear the discussion I am giving to the students during my presentation of the lesson. They may need a translator or a separate handout with a better explanation of what is going on during the classroom discussion. Sort of aware about seeing that sometimes it goes a little off task. Students who are blind or have vision impairments will not see the presentation, and if the presentation slides are assigned individually, those students will need the slides or the games read to them either by another person or by the device that they're using itself. So meeting the needs for students who are gifted, the teacher can assign a specific presentation to a group of students who are learning at an advanced level so that they are able to expand on their knowledge. For students with ELL background, these students might have trouble understanding the presentation or the game, and the website does not seem to offer these presentation and games in different languages, so the student may need a translator or a device that can translate for them while interacting with the games and the presentations. All right, for my app, we used voicethread, and this is a really cool way to upload and share and discuss documents, presentations, images, and audio files and videos within a classroom. The students or teachers can comment on VoiceThread slides using one of 5 methods: microphone, webcam, text, phone, and audio file. This can be integrated into different learning management systems such as like Blackboard. VoiceThread allows you to create groups for your classroom. So you can create multiple groups within your classroom. You can create a group for your classroom. You can share with those different groups. If, say, you do a group project and you think that a resource would be very useful for that group, you can share it with just that group so their students aren't seeing what they are using for their presentations. Students can also receive grades in VoiceThread based on their participation on the app through viewing and commenting on either the teacher's posts or other students' posts. So I actually downloaded this app onto my phone and just took some screenshots of what it may look like to the students if they were using a smart device in the classroom. It could be used online as well, but I thought that this might be the best way to implement in the classroom. So as you can see, the students can actually add a profile picture, which I thought was a really neat addition, seeing that it is appropriate. The students do this just to relate it to their use of technology outside of school, such as Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and whatnot. And this just kind of brings it home. Here you can see the different types of files that you can upload: record an audio file, record a video, upload files. This is how they can be shared. This is also ways that students can react to each other's videos or recordings. They can take a video, they can make a recording, they can comment, they can post a document. So here you can see how they would be organized. So they are organized by the ones that the person creates, the ones that have been shared with that person. They also can bookmark from the browsing section. So this actually offers an area for students and teachers to browse other people's documents. So if a teacher sees that someone else's documents or videos would be relevant to a lesson, they can bookmark it and share it with the students, or vice versa. If the students see something useful, they can share it with their teacher, and it can be shared with students, seeing that it is appropriate. Meeting the learning needs for students. Students performing at grade level. Students are able to engage in the content in many different ways using visuals, audio files, and documents that require reading, and for them to demonstrate comprehension. Students are able to interact with all different types of learners and students with different needs and backgrounds, which can help with cultural awareness and just a diverse, well-rounded classroom. Meeting the learning needs for students with exceptionalities. For students who are hearing impaired, they can use the closed captioning option so that they are able to understand what is going on in the videos or the audio files. They can also conduct conversations or discussions through a webcam. So if they want to use ASL in their videos or their responses to other students' posts, and also implement closed captioning so that other students can understand them, that would be a great way to implement diversity. For students who are blind or visually impaired, the app offers screen readers so that the students can have the content read to them. There's also the option to use the Audio Central tool, which allows the students to conduct discussions through audio files. For students with learning disabilities, they can also use the Audio Central tool to practice speech. This can also be an app that will help the students with learning comprehension or reading comprehension by offering a place for reading, discussion, and viewing other students' thoughts and ideas. Meeting the learning needs for students who are gifted. This app allows the teacher to create different groups of students. Students who are gifted could be placed into one group in order to discuss a specific topic that is maybe more advanced than the initial topic being taught in class, to ensure that they are expanding their knowledge. Meeting the learning needs for students with ELL background. This app does not offer any obvious accommodations for students with an ELL background. However, the tools that this app offers could help students with speaking English, typing English, and reading and comprehending English. And that is it for my presentation. I hope that you all enjoyed, and thank you for listening.